Welcome back to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David Reed. I'm with Evie
Hello?
and Nicole.
Hello.
And this is a giant friggin' Mayan pyramid.
It really is.
And some not great CGI.
Well,
Well,
we'll put that aside for the story. For the time, it was pretty good.
Yes.
I was going to say that, according to Carter's estimation of the pyramid's height, it would stand approximately 175 meters taller than the largest man-made structure on Earth, which is 583 feet.
which is?
So
What
it's
is that
the
structure?
tallest structure. It's in Dubai. It's the Burj Khalifa
Oh, you're talking
Tower.
about the modern
Yep.
structure. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Wow.
modern.
Okay. Yeah. This is
By the
Crystal
way,
Skull,
I
by
was-
the way. I don't think I gave the
Yes.
name.
That's okay.
Very impressed there with the Melps turning circle. That thing just like pivots on a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny, the CGI in this episode isn't good, right? But despite that, it's such a banger of an episode, you don't care.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's slightly cringeworthy in parts for sure, but you put that aside for the overall story.
Yeah.
No matter how dense.
The Nintendos.
They pass through everything. He's a Nintendo player. We see him use a Game Boy earlier in the season.
We
The Game Boy
do.
Color.
As a gamer, I love and respect this.
Ooh.
So in real life, obviously the crystal skulls discovered in Latin America have been found to be hoaxes, including the one that was found in Belize in the 1920s. But I'll go
Really?
into more detail a little bit later.
Mm.
I'm actually very excited about this episode because I really, really love Nicholas Ballard, played
Same.
by Jan Rubesch, I believe it's pronounced. I actually thought he was Dutch, but he's actually Czech Canadian.
Wow.
Whoa.
He started his career in the arts as a bass singer for the Prague Opera House, and he even won the first prize at the Geneva International Music Festival.
Wow.
And he moved to Canada to expand his career and eventually moved into TV and film. He actually had a supporting role in the award-winning 85 film Witness with Harrison Ford. And
Whoa.
Gen Ys will actually remember him from D2 The Mighty Ducks. And he's also in 2 episodes of The X-Files and 1 episode of Outer Limits. And we also have in the supporting cast Jason Shoming as Dr. Robert Rothman.
Yes.
This is his second episode technically.
Yes.
Yeah, this is his second episode technically, because he was in Forever and a Day. And according to Peter DeLuise, Rothman was actually named after Jonathan Glasner's lawyer, but I couldn't find any supporting evidence to that.
Brilliant.
Jason Schombing is the name.
Schombing, okay.
Yep.
I was going to say as well, like, despite this being his second episode, we actually technically met him for the first time in Forever and a Day, but it was a dream sequence. So, read into that what you will.
And I'm going to read into that a little bit because Sam and Jack are sitting way too close to
so
each other, and I love it.
I know. They're basically touching.
I know, unnecessary.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
No.
It just looked like Sam and Hammond were just sitting really close to each other.
There was
Don't
a
ruin it.
definite space between them.
Yes, there was more space.
Yeah. This episode, we actually received confirmation that Daniel's pyramids as landing pads theory was responsible for him losing his financial support and credibility in the academic community. There's only a hint to that in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have no idea how much time passed between his New York lecture and going to Colorado.
Yeah. I actually like the parallel between Daniel and Nick's academic theories. Like, given Daniel's sort of first-hand experience with, wild theories, the narrow-mindedness of the academic community, and the toll it can take on somebody's mental health, is kind of curious that it didn't give him any perspective, because he's obviously experienced the same things. So do you guys think that maybe that gave him drive?
Nicole?
Oh,
Like, he didn't want to turn out like Nick, so he did everything he could to support his theory?
to a degree, yes, but it's quite ironic because it's kind of ended up like it's very I think I do, yeah.
I can see where Daniel's determination for finding the truth at no matter what the cost is came from. So,
Yeah.
it came from his grandpa.
So you can see in certain spots throughout this episode, and I'll try and point it out when it comes, but you can see the CGI glitching a little bit with Tilk's head. So
Yeah, okay.
the baldness doesn't go great with the green screen, so sometimes like parts of his head will disappear.
Oh wow, I've never noticed that. This will be interesting. I'm
like
glad that they tried this. I'm really glad that they tried it.
Yes.
You know, it's you gotta get things going from somewhere. So
yes, it was a new technology. They did what they could with it. For the time, it was probably quite incredible. I didn't watch it when it came out, so I'm seeing it through a different lens. I'm seeing it through, you know, the lens of like, you know, Avatar and things like that, where you can't you can't really compare the two. But yeah, for the time it would have been pretty extraordinary.
yeah, I mean,
Jed Ted said this episode is part of the reasons I'm somewhat forgiving of Indiana Jones's Fours plot, which I agree to a degree because, you know, I didn't love Crystal Skull, but I remember seeing this and seeing Indiana Jones and going, oh yeah, that's nice.
you mean you didn't love this episode or the film?
The film.
I saw the film once and swore never to watch it again.
I'm the same. I saw it at the cinema.
Yeah.
I was so excited when it came out, and I took my dad because my dad's a huge fan of the Indiana Jones
It wasn't great.
trilogy.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yes.
On
I was
DVD.
just so bitterly disappointed. In my mind, I just sort of remove it from the canon. But I haven't seen the latest one.
I
So.
haven't
Same. I
either.
don't trust it. I'm too
just
scared.
Don't trust it either. But oh, hey, the skull. So this is one of my favorites. I don't know. I just wanted to stop talking about Indiana Jones. So this is really cool. This effect.
Well, I have a little bit of a pre-goof kind of. So when Daniel is thrown backwards, the way he's positioned is very near to the ledge, but this changes sort of one or two times.
Yep.
Oh,
Good
boy.
old lepton radiation.
You see, he's basically hanging over the edge.
Yeah. Very dangerous. Glasses could have fallen off.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He walked through him slightly.
Now we gotta vacate.
Oh, amazing. As a shipper, this is a great moment for me.
Well, that was dicey because there wasn't a lot of room there to faint.
Exactly. No. I'm looking for Chris's disappearing head.
I saw a smidge of it.
Really?
A smidge of it.
I think it's more evident towards the end of the
Later on,
episode.
yeah.
Okay, when he
Yeah,
comes
when
back,
they
okay.
return with Nick. So I'll point it out. It's pretty glitchy.
Obviously.
Great question.
We'd love to tell you.
Yeah.
What leptons feel like.
I feel like they'd feel like tickles, like thousands of little tickles.
I think
don't
they'd
exactly
just feel
look
like
tickled.
you'd feel like kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean like a pins and needles tickle, like when your body's got a bit numb, you know?
So I love how casually Tilk is positioned in the infirmary. Like it looks like you could superimpose him into a nice tropical setting and he'd fit right in.
Yeah.
Under a cabana.
I wanted to put a quarter into the
With
bed
like
to
a
start
cold
shaking.
drink off to the side. Yeah.
Muon radiation. Those damn muons.
I hate when that happens. I do love the episodes where they get left behind, you know, or like where they think they've been left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last time it happened to Daniel, he was in an alternate reality. What a situation.
That's true, yeah.
I guess that's what would surprise. Like, we've been at 3 seasons.
I know. He's like so like, my gosh. Oh, and look, he's climbed
Yeah,
back.
Yeah,
moved
he's
back a bit.
moved. He's moved a
Yeah.
little bit.
He's just chilling. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a little nap.
Yeah.
Like what you said, could have fixed him if she had one of those flashlights in his eye. Yep. The same joke.
The pen light.
Consistently. I'm going to miss these.
They'll be back.
They'll be back.
Yeah, different time, same material.
I hope that when Logwatcher eventually, passes away from old age, that on his tombstone it has that on it.
Janet could have saved him with a pen light.
Exactly.
And plus, we need a reason for Daniel to be able to dial Earth from his
Yeah.
side. So I must
Honestly.
go and do it for him.
I do love that. Like, I never thought about this before until I saw Wormhole Extreme. But when she the woman who's like being fake Carter brings up the fact that like why isn't she falling through the floor if she's out of phase?
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, this is not talk about that.
Yep. Nope.
I was gonna mention something like
That's
that a little
exactly
bit
right.
later because
he
you're
sits
exactly
on
right.
a cabinet later on in the episode.
He does.
And I'm like,
and
why
you,
are you sitting on a cabinet?
You actually see his shadow a bunch of times as well. So the lid on this crystal's transportation box is kind of goes from being slightly open to then like mysteriously closed. So this is either a small goof or I'm totally underestimating like Tilk's dexterity. So Tilk seemingly manages to remove the lining of the case and close the box containing the crystal skull whilst negotiating this treacherous path over the abyss.
Yeah, a bit much.
But you'll notice that it's closed when he reaches Stargate Command, despite the fact that he seems to be running most of the way.
Did Daniel just throw his vest into the abyss or his jacket?
He did.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm like, something is missing. What's missing?
Yeah,
He
took it
literally
off
just flung it
as
right
he
there.
started
exactly.
running, and it sort of fell over the edge.
It upset
Got
me
it.
a little bit.
Different puddle design. Look at that. It's a different vendor.
Yeah. Yeah, the shot was also from like lower down as well when it first opened, which is a different angle we don't see very often. As a person who likes to talk a lot, this would be my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
That no one can listen to you.
No. like what would I do? I can perv on some people a little bit. That's the only bonus.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to react, so you're going to be bored of it really quickly.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Not for me. Not for me.
So
gonna be rough.
one of my favorite of Jack's insults is coming up.
This is good.
It's in his robe. Is this the one where he gets thrown
Napoleonic
Yeah.
back on
Carmonger.
the Napoleonic Carmonger?
So, like, I'm
That's
assuming
funny.
that's like influenced by Janet's
Height,
stature.
yes.
Because Napoleon was considered short.
Considered short.
I actually looked into it. His height was estimated between 5'2" and 5'7", and Terrell's height is actually 5'2".
Yep.
So
Could figure out that.
Poor Rothman. He doesn't deserve the amount of
Oh,
bullying
that's
he gets
funny.
from Jack. Oh,
This is Rothman's second episode,
I know.
but his
It
first
is,
as
technically.
actually him.
exactly.
Oh, this is great.
So
This is great.
interestingly, Daniel appears to be unaffected by the radiation once he's out of phase.
Yeah.
And as we've sort of previously said as well, it's interesting to note that he can walk through people and walls but doesn't fall through the floor.
Yeah.
And he's also able to pass through the Stargate somehow. And Daniel's condition seems to differ slightly from like the Ritu, because the Ritu were 180 degrees out of phase, but they could still fire a weapon in our phase.
Mm-hmm.
God, out of phase. Actually, that reminds me of season 9. With what are their names? Oh, the guys with the sticks who kidnapped Mitchell.
Oh,
What are
the
they called?
Sodan.
Thank you, the Sodan with their Sodan
yes.
cloaks. Isn't that a similar situation where they can still interact but they're invisible?
Yes.
Yes.
But they can also see into the lepton radiation kind of phase, out of phase situation, which is very interesting.
So I was
going to share a dimension. Weird.
Yeah. I was going to mention a little bit about the crystal skull myth from Earth. So for those who don't know, the crystal skulls started appearing in the late 19th century. They were originally connected to the Aztecs and the Mayans and were said to possess supernatural powers. It's likely they were carved using 19th century jewelers' equipment in an area of Germany famous for manufacturing intricate quartz and crystal designs. And the crystal itself was also traced to an area deemed inaccessible to pre-Columbian indigenous civilizations. So the British Museum has extrapolated from that the skulls are likely fake.
Wow.
I love Siler's line there. I think you're going to get fired.
That makes me quite that makes
yes.
that makes me quite sad in a way, that like to find out that it's like completely fake. Because I really like that when there are all these myths that exist which could still be real, so to have it like disqualified completely from reality is quite tragic, because that would have been really cool.
Well, I love that Tilk is able to sense like invisible Daniel's presence. It kind of happens twice. So it happened in the cabin. He stopped and turned around, and obviously now when he's meditating. So it's like Junior has like extrasensory perception.
The symbiote might be aware of something.
Yeah, it's like a dog that can, when like they can sense ghosts or something.
Yes.
Whatever that.
He's literally got a feeling down in his waters.
Yeah. His pouch waters.
Yes.
Almost every sci-fi franchise is an episode like this.
Yeah.
Star Trek's got one or two, for sure.
That's the thing about like television. Always consistent.
It's like it's like a sci-fi bucket list. You have to like tick off like
alternate realities, alternate dimensions,
invisible teammates,
come back to life.
Back in time. Did we say that?
But nope, not yet.
No, time travel. Yeah, that's another
genetic mutation.
Yeah. We were saying it like it's really boring. It's great. We love because of the consistency.
We love.
It's not about the tropes. It's about what you do with them.
Exactly.
You don't worry, Sam. You need leptons.
Yeah, they need to be on the planet in order for that to work. The radiation in the area or something. Poor Daniel was like, "Don't let me down," and it's just like, he's gonna.
He's also looks pretty downtrodden at the moment.
So there's a connection between Dan Shea saying, "I think you're going to get fired," and this episode. So in this episode, Dan had a few episodes previous, or maybe it is this episode, that no, it was a couple episodes previous. He forgot to turn his cell phone off, and back in the day, you didn't turn your cell phone off, you were fired. It was a very big deal. So in this episode, in that take where he's with Robert Rothman, every time he would say that line, Rick or someone in the production had it so that their phones would go off 2 or 3 of the takes to pay him back. So, and it was this episode and this scene.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, I read that somewhere, or I heard it somewhere, maybe on Dial the Gate.
He shared that last week.
Yes.
See, look, Sam's getting a vibe too. You know what? I just think that SG1 are all just soulmates.
Yeah,
and
they're
all
pretty
just
tight.
Connected, and
they're all connected. Yeah.
And this is scary. This is a scary thought that I'm crossing my mind with. Why, could that be? Could Daniel be a ghost? He's not hungry. He still needs his glasses to see, I think. But
Yeah.
Or he just kept them on because he's just used to it.
Yep. Wide-eyed Daniel.
If Daniel was dead, we would not be surprised. We'd just be like, okay, well, we'll see him in 5 minutes. He'll come back.
Because I was just thinking in my head, I was like, well, maybe the glasses are on because they were on him when he kind of transformed.
But he
was able to remove his backpack. Yeah.
And another sci-fi trope: when you're invisible, you can sit on the oddest things in the oddest places.
Yeah. I do love that in these scenes, Daniel's just in the background sitting on stuff, just tables and
you can just elevate up to there.
Like, yeah, just do whatever I want. I love how done he is with everything right now. Like, I love done Daniel. It's my favorite kind of Daniel. Yep. He's done with it.
Done Daniel.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Dan Daniels a permanent fixture across seasons 9 and 10, thanks to my
Indeed
favorite
he
character,
is.
Vala. So
well,
Indeed he is.
Michael is also taking on some of Rick's.
exactly, which is
Yeah.
what. Yeah, I know, and I love that. Dun Daniel continued Rick.
I love how they both said Nick. Yeah, Dan Bent said Next Generation has an episode called Next Phase. There's an episode of Voyager where it's called Coda, where it's something it isn't ultimately the same cause, but the same visual effects are used with Kate Mulgrew, and it's a good show. He's insane.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Daniel's so bitter, I love it. What a pleasant surprise. Oh, Nick really loves him. It's just they're both just very stubborn.
Yeah, I'd say so. So I'm not sure how I feel about this, but the scenes at the psychiatric hospital were filmed at the British Columbia Children's Hospital.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez.
Oh God.
Handlebars.
Yeah.
That is quite the
swell.
mustache.
It is. That's a lot of maintenance, that mustache. Like, does he have access to razors?
Love that. That guy's just oh my, it's following him. It's creepy. Close the door. Dear oh dear. I feel bad for people who are, so mentally not okay that they end up in places like this. It's very sad.
Yeah.
I dread, I hope I never have to go into that situation.
Take us to Nicholas Ballard immediately.
Okay, calm down, Teal. Be nicer. Come on, Teal. Help. Wow.
So you'll notice Daniel's shadow a bunch of times.
Of course, he's standing there
in these scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, technically a weird kind of goof, but not, because obviously, what can they do? CGI
it would be
shadow
impossible to remove.
Yeah.
So
I'm really sad we never see him again.
Yes, me too. Me too. Because he could have been almost like Jacob in a way.
Yeah.
Be like the middle person between Earth and
with
another world.
Aliens.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was gonna say, do you think Daniel may have had a similar breakdown if his pyramid theories hadn't been validated by the Stargate?
I have considered this in the past. I honestly, right, his life was awful. Like he had nothing. Everything was falling apart. No one respected him. Honestly, yes. He could have definitely ended up like this. Which is very tragic.
The psychiatrist Russell Roberts, according to Lockwatcher, is married to Colleen Winton, who played two characters in SG1. So National Security Advisor and Dr. Green.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love the way that everyone's interconnected. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Like a big family.
Oh boy,
look,
lower
Nick,
in the boom.
Believed in giant aliens, all right? Let's be real here.
I love how he can walk through some doors and lean against
on
other walls,
Yeah.
Yes.
Jacob said that the nurse that we just saw was played by Jackie Jansen, who was also in Metamorphosis as a nurse that Jonas is trying to ask out. Love it.
Yeah, I guess she got clearance later.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, good for her. Promotion.
The Canadian acting pool is small at this point.
Yes.
Don't open that box.
Oh.
Two peas in a pod.
Yeah, and they're both right. They're meant for each other. you never really see Daniel having like a family properly. You know, like he's lost his wife, and now he basically has like nothing except
And his
SG1.
parents, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice for him to have somebody, but at least like Nick's always kind of out there doing his thing.
Mm.
But he should really be dead by now. So like, I hope that somebody helped him ascend or something, so he can communicate. Well,
Have fun, guys. Then who's gonna believe him?
yeah,
Mm. Well, that's exactly Jack's point.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love his grimace after saying something that's funny.
Yes. It's technically true, but it's not that easy.
Oh, this is a sweet moment that
It is
helps
really
later.
sweet.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready to leave, and he's like, "Oh wait, I'm gonna hang around and listen." Hmm.
Did you guys do that growing up?
Yes.
Me too.
Got a pound under my pillow for every tooth I lost, but then I had to go get surgery to remove 7 that wouldn't budge. They all just got stuck there, but my baby teeth, and they had to remove them.
7 teeth simultaneously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I had surgery. They put me to sleep, and and I turned around and said to my nan, I was like, "Well, you owe me 7 quid," and she was like, "No, it doesn't work like that." And I was like, "Excuse me," because by this point I knew the tooth fairy wasn't real, but I was like, on principle, I should have £7 for my 7 baby teeth that I would have put under my pillow traditionally. So, excuse me, I lost that argument. So
I always imagined him as a short cigar smoker with wings and in a tutu.
isn't that from Family Guy?
I love that image.
Did Family Guy do that?
Yeah.
Yes, I think they might have.
Really?
Yeah.
Something similar, yeah.
Minus the cigar, but definitely a guy in a tutu who's really short and middle-aged.
Well, my guy floated.
I don't know about my guy.
And he definitely
Or Family
smoked
Guy's
cigars. All right. Oh boy, here we go.
The way she's trying to like redirect it. It's like, no.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Mm.
Oh boy.
I love his acting. I just love his presence. I
Yep.
don't know
Yeah.
how to describe it.
I don't know how I got there. Yeah, Daniel.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
answering
like,
you. Yeah.
I would actually really like Nick to read me a bedtime story because he's very captivating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want to sit in bed, have him read a Princess Bride to me, just like the movie.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about that too. The giant aliens. Look at Jack.
I love that Daniel's also reciting it in the background because he's probably heard
Yes,
this
he's
so
heard it
many
over and over and
times.
over again, yeah.
The closed captions didn't even bother to try.
For you.
Mm. Dan Ben, I hate dentists.
Yeah.
Who likes dentists, though?
I
don't
love
think
the
anyone
dentist.
I
likes
loved
a
my dentist, but I didn't like the dental process.
No.
I like
was
the
a-
dental process only because it sorts so many of my problems. So
Close
Ugh.
family friend.
Well, I've had like teeth removed. I had braces for 18 months.
oh,
Yeah.
poor you.
My braces I had for 10 months.
Pretty sure
I never
had
had
them for
braces.
18.
Mm.
Yeah, I had a snaggle tooth.
Ah,
Ooh.
okay.
So they had to correct that.
You still retainer at night?
No,
Me
I
neither.
haven't used a retainer in
I haven't either.
decades.
Yeah. Yeah, Pac-Man D3, we never find out what happened to him.
It really upsets me.
No.
And the actor's gone now, so it's
Yep.
like
Yes, he did pass on.
We don't have
we're
to.
never gonna find out.
But something happened. You know, I mean, that's just part of
I'd
the
like to
larger
imagine that he
world.
like ascended in some way or became one of the giant aliens.
Yeah, became one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah. I would have thought
How are
that.
they going to feed him? You know?
I was literally thinking that,
Yeah.
like, where would he sleep?
Yeah.
How would he
they have
eat? There's
a
just so
cabin
many
for him? Yeah.
so many questions.
Let's just leave you here in this giant empty rock pyramid. You know,
With no resources.
A frail man. That's right. Yeah, I suppose if they can make you invisible, they can certainly make you a mist.
Hmm. Here's the thing, so he hasn't been like entirely helpful in like with information, but like the fact that he's been there and like experienced this stuff before, like he, you know, like he's still got ways to go. He's still useful. I love this.
So I don't know if it's me
They're
or
just
you guys,
done.
but I keep on, or the audio keeps dropping out for me. I think it might be my end.
Of us?
Yeah, I'm not having issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sound perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I think my internet's not been very stable today.
That's all right.
Give it a moment. Sometimes, like Nicole's, it just, you know, the
Just dies, yeah.
It's
and
just
then it comes back.
Daniel's
much like
comment.
the top of Tilk's head, it's glitched a couple of times.
Sorry, Daniel. They don't know what to do. Let them sleep.
Guess he's not tired either. I'd do it for you.
Yeah. God, he must be
He's
so
feeling
bored
like they
right
don't
now.
miss him.
Yeah. What I would do is I'd leave and like, I don't know, like find the nearest cinema and just sit in there.
Oh, free movies?
Yeah. You know, if I was out of phase and bored and everyone was asleep, I'd be like, right, you know, like there must be a cinema somewhere that's doing something. So
That pesky Daniel.
just lurking, leaning on all the walls in every room.
Yeah, and he actually bumps into the chair when he
Oh, he does.
Yes. Yeah.
when Daniel asks Nick, "Can you see me?" He walks into the chair in front of him.
Look that he can hear him, but he just interrupted him. It's brilliant.
Well, we're not really supposed to think that he can hear him.
Yeah. The way he just looks at him directly. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me, my dude? He's
Yeah,
like,
watch
he's like,
watch
"Wait a
the
second."
chair.
Okay.
His
What a
eyebrow.
face.
Mm.
Oh, you sure
Hey,
did.
hold on it. Michael, you are out of phase.
That's right. Hallucinations always.
He literally grabbed the
He
chair
sure did.
and lightly shoved it.
He did.
That's not how it works, my dude. Poor guy. Dear.
Get them back in the room.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wakey, wakey, everyone. Let's go.
Is the blast door down?
Yes. I believe so. Oh no.
This is one of my favorite
this whole-
Jack lines. He's lost
so
a few
good.
pounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm laughing at. Immediately he's like, oh, Daniel, you're here? There it is.
Planet?
Not us, it's Daniel.
Yeah, the gate's out of the bag, guys.
Oh, so not only is he invisible, he breached security.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Well, to be honest, right,
But
he
is
needed
it
to give them
breaching
something to help
security
prove.
if you're out of phase?
Yeah, he's stuck. He needs to tell them something in order to prove that Nick, like there's information that Nick could not possibly know without Daniel telling him. So you got to do what you got to do, man.
You were, but they were real.
Oh dear, yeah. Yeah.
Lucky Daniel.
I love that they use that information in Arthur's Mantle in season 9.
Yes.
To try and get Daniel's attention because he was once out of phase, but it was a different form of out of phase. So it's like, never mind.
Okay.
See, this is where eavesdropping pays off.
It does.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you got to go. Or you have a go.
I'm just curious as to why they didn't make him put a uniform on. Because he's just wearing his like normal clothing.
Yeah, he sure is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have thought that would be like a requirement or would have something to do with safety.
Yeah. Well.
And he's not going to miss this.
He's so cheeky. He was so honestly.
I love their interactions. It's just
their
adorable.
chemistry is great. Oh, his little gasp coming up is so cute. Oh, love it. It's so cute. I love when people first discover the gate. It makes me so happy. You should be proud of him. He's done so much. Oh, and he won't get a chance
I
to.
know. They
breaks
say that
my
twice.
heart.
Yeah.
I'm sure he went and saw him or knew what,
I
or
love
found
that
out what
Teal'c's
happened.
holding
Oh,
his
yeah.
back, helping him up.
Yep.
Teal'c is so...
He's a gentleman.
You know, he's such a gentleman.
Respect for the elderly. Even though he himself is technically
elderly.
an elder.
He's just
Definitely
not
an elder.
as slow moving.
Okay, so I'll preface this by saying at about 37 minutes, 27 seconds, so you get to keep an eye on the top of Teal'c's head. So there's a slight glitch with the green screen, and his head is briefly obscured by the stone wall. And Jack's image also flickers around 37 minutes, 34.
Did you also know that notice that Daniel made a different didn't make ripples when he went through the gate? He just phased out.
Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't, but that's cool. Yeah.
Lockwatcher just said, "Don't worry. When we see him again, he'll be 95 years old and wearing an animal skin, brackets or nothing."
Yes.
Classic. Tormented.
Okay, so any second now.
Oh, the way he almost falls and Jack just grabbed him. That is so funny.
Watch the top of Teal'c's head. Yeah.
Oh,
right. Did you see it?
Gosh, yes.
Yeah. And the same with Jack's head. It sort of glitches just a little bit. Yeah.
I'll be darned. That's really close observation.
Yeah.
Well done.
I can't say it was me, but yeah.
Evie, take some damn credit. No one would have figured out that it didn't come from you originally.
And it's also interesting that the giant aliens just let them walk off with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting.
Like, go ahead and just take the thing, you know. No arrows or boulders coming after you. You know.
And Teal'c brackets the enemy came in and just yoinked it like one of the, you know, a Jafar, one of the enemy goons.
Exactly right. They don't know. Yeah.
There it is. So good.
I love Sam's little smirks.
How old is Teal'c at this point? I think in season 4 in The Light, I think he says he's 106 that year. So I think at this point he's 105.
Yep.
And that's me going off my memory.
It's about right. He's definitely past 100. It's just a pleasant breeze. I love her tricorder.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason this went all wrong is because they didn't finish the process properly, so everyone just got really ill.
Yep.
Let the radiation happen.
Pow.
Look what said in season 4, he is 101. So that means he must be 100 at this point.
Yep.
There you go. Look at my memory almost getting it right.
Yeah.
Good solid pat on the back
was locked
for getting something.
No.
Teal'c wasn't sent.
No, as in I'm saying
No,
it's
he
bad.
wasn't.
That's
I feel
what I'm
bad for him.
that's what I mean. Like, why would they let him run off with the
Yeah.
skull when he's Jafar and they won't even let him go to the other place?
It's protective. We are enemies of the Gould. You can let that one in.
Oh, he's
Oh,
missing out on the
teleport us out
fun.
face. Yeah.
That's very narrow-minded of the giant aliens.
Yeah, not all the Jafar are bad.
Uh-oh, here we come. I'm getting Cabin in the Woods vibes.
Yeah. Oh,
See, this
what a
part of the special effects I'm actually not too bothered by.
No, same. I think they're all right, actually.
Yeah. Only spoke Bullwinkle.
And Christopher Judge is back. In voice form.
Is that him?
Of course it is.
Oh, that makes sense.
I never knew that.
No, nor did I.
Are you
and
serious?
I researched this episode for hours. That's cool, though.
That's right.
In fact, Teal'c's right there. So, oh my god.
We better let him know.
Well, it's kind of in the next episode as well, with Daniel saying that he wishes he was up there. It's like, well, technically you are, because you do the voice of Thor.
Your Thor, yeah.
Yeah, his vetting process isn't all that strict, is it? It's just like, yes, we accept your proposition.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
we've only got,
You are
minute
human
and a half
without
left.
symbiote. You allowed. I can kind of hear Christopher Judge there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so can I.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, what a guy. I love that his belief and like love and his passion for this is so strong that he's like, I'm gonna take the jump. Oh, Daniel, hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
They should have really given him a notepad and a pen or a video camera. This is really sad.
Neither of them fulfilled their promise. to
No,
tell the
I
other
don't know
everything.
So annoying.
Yeah.
I know we don't know that, but like, it would have just been such a good, like, I would have loved to see it.
Well, I was gonna paraphrase an article on the Companion by Karen Murray. So they said that the stress of rejection took a lot out of Nick. So this off-world adventure gave him a new lease on life, and he's vindicated and can admit that he wasn't mentally ill. And the farewell between grandfather and grandson is sad, but it also leaves us feeling warm because their relationship is better than it was before.
I am warm and fuzzy knowing that they like ended that loving and appreciating each other in their work. Like they both got recognized. They both finally saw the proof of each other's lives and their research, and it's just like, the whole Brooklyn Nine-Nine Captain Holt vindication.
So do you guys believe in the whole theory in the fan community that these unnamed aliens are the Furlings? Because like we know the Furlings were active in the universe, and there's like little evidence to suggest they used the gates, and the skulls would have allowed them to travel great distances without the gate.
That is a good. If they want to retcon that in later, I won't be completely mad about it. I think if they were to do another show, but nah.
I think you have to infer that the relationship with Nick continued, and that he would have told them what their name was, and so by season 6 we would have known when we encounter other Furling technology. That was Crystal Skull. Thanks for joining us.
Evie, come back.